Hey guys, what's going on? It's Blobble right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel, and I'm back after a few days out. We are literally just taking it easy as we are currently sidelined with a lot of dry powder, a lot of capital to be redeployed. Now, the beauty is when you do take profits and realize gains in these markets, I am up considerably. You can see even Gala within the space of a week is still down 26.5% over there. But I do believe these markets do talk to you. Now, it's funnily enough, these markets, in my view, are always portraying subliminal messages out there. So I believe the only two bubbles there in green is the big move. There is a big move coming, guys. Whether it be to the upside, whether to be the downside, I'm going to let you be the judge of that. Again, guys, I'm just relaying historical data, showing you the charts in where we're currently playing out. Now, with XRP, we have currently got a bull pennant playing out, which historically has a 70% chance of success to the upside. However, there is that 30% remaining chance that we will capitulate. But if you guys need a plan going into the new year, make sure to grab a plan. The link is down below in the description. I've got the XRP plan there, and we also have the XDC plan. If both of those products are purchased together, you will receive an automatic coupon code, and that will save you 10%. Okay, now let's dive into it. Let's get over to the charts. Currently on Velo at the moment, and I'm just going to filter through now, and we will locate XRP. So XRP is currently hovering around $2.21. Okay, now you can't really tell what's going on at the moment with the sort of weekly chart, so we're going to have to sort of hone in to see what's going on. But guys, just a gentle reminder that we still got the apex down here, which comes into the sort of 30th, beginning at 30th of December and then going into sort of January. So around that sort of ballpark, we can see XRP apex there, which is around 50 cents. So that is still on the cards if we are to drop to the downside. Again, you can't see too much. So what we're going to do is gradually zoom in. Okay, so this is a daily. So we got these sort of two liquidation boxes here. This is shelf 1, shelf 2. And then for me, we did create some sort of bearish patterns in my view over on the sort of lower sort of time frames. However, as those patterns collapsed, the patterns then sort of start creating and building a sort of higher structure for the higher time frame. So for example, like the daily, even though the weaker sort of time frames were portraying bearish, ultimately this is a bullish pattern for the sort of daily on the XRP price. Okay, so however, having said that, in my view, XRP looks to be breaking down a bullish structure. Okay, so these can be drawn in any which way you want to. So if I actually do go into the 4-hourly, you will see how I've actually sort of marked these lines. Now with these lines can be sliced and diced anywhere you want. Okay, some people like to use the wicks and cover all of the tops. For instance, like this is a 4-hour safe, so the highest close with that green candle up there. And then some people might want to start capturing this sort of close. Some people go from the wicks. I myself like to use a combination. Okay, so I will change it up from time to time, and just to get like a different perspective. Obviously, I like to see some sort of confluence in the market. So sometimes you get sort of bullish patterns, sometimes you get bearish patterns, depending on how you slice and dice things. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. Okay, guys, this is why we do multiple time frame analysis. Say start off with like the weekly chart, then you'll go into the daily, and then you'll go into the 4-hourly, like we're currently on at the moment, just to give yourselves a better overview. But what I like to do on the sort of smaller time frames, say for example on the 4-hour, sometimes you get some sort of price discrepancies here. So you get like a local high here. Again, just reminding you guys, we're on a 4-hourly. What I like to do is see if we can actually marry up some of these coloured candles. So, for instance, you get a breakout here with this green candle. Red candle is a strong rejection. So, for me, the actual trend line could sit around here. And this is where you get a green candle and then a massive red rejection down here. And this is where XRP rolls over. So, I would be inclined to actually bring my blue trend line to this sort of region here, as opposed to actually sitting on top of the 4-hourly close or even the wick. So that is just my view. Okay, again, guys, there's not a right or wrong way of doing this. Okay, this is what technical analysis is all about. It's all about perception, and there's, like I said, there's many ways of doing it. And down here, we'll just take a look again. I've got some sort of inception from the sort of where the wedge started playing out. So yes, we are in a sort of bull pennant in my view. So you could probably move this here. So upon that sort of impulse there to create the bull pennant, the sort of flag, if you will, the sort of pole to the flag, you do get this sort of rejection here. So the price here on this white support line catches it beautifully. You can see this red candle. We wick strongly down, take liquidity below there, and then we get a decent close above. Okay, and then we run up, get the fake out, and we've just discussed this sort of area resistance. Okay, and this is where we've rolled over. Again, XRP is looking to break down despite this sort of fake out to the upside. We get a strong bounce here. We actually get a close. Okay, close above in the sort of liquidity zone, and then again on the 4-hourly candle we're going again. But ultimately, XRP is currently trading under this sort of support. So XRP at the moment, we're basically walking on eggshells at the moment. We have seen a lot of these bull pennants actually fail recently, most predominantly on Gala, for example. I was heavy in Gala before. I was sidelined. So at the moment, it's still very unclear. But again, guys, depending on how you guys want to slice it, you could say, listen, we could bring it all the way down here. That would also be, I could also agree with this blue trend line being down here as well, because you're getting these sort of wicks here coming into sort of play, if you will, if you bring it down here. So you're getting these sort of double sort of taps here. You get another tap, breakout. We go back down to retest as support. We failed. Again, we're poking our head up. Again, we failed. And then there's been a big sort of flush out there with those two liquidation candles. Okay, so again, it is anyone's game right now. The bears or the bulls are still, trying to tussle it out in my view. But ultimately, let's just bring and mark out with a vertical line at the tip of this apex here. So the apex for me is going to be at some point tomorrow. So less than 24 hours, guys, before this apex comes to an end. So tomorrow, Christmas Eve, if you're in the UK or in the Western world. I know some European countries actually celebrate Christmas a day early, I believe, on the 24th. I did have a German girlfriend at one point when I was visiting Australia. She actually celebrated Christmas on the 24th of December, Christmas Eve in the UK. So I thought that was a little bit bizarre, but there you have it. Now, which way XRP is going to go is anybody's guess. You cannot call it. It doesn't matter how much TA. Doesn't matter if I started applying RSIs or MACD indicators, oscillators, moving averages. You just cannot tell. Nobody in the market can say. Now, for me, I believe we've had a strong run up, yeah. What was it? It was about 460% from US elections. From back down here all the way to the top here was around, I believe is an equivalent to 460% move, and we'll just double check. There you go. 470% move to the top. So I do believe there does need to be some sort of sell-off, and this sort of accumulation range is there to grab sort of dumb money. No offense to anybody who's getting in at this late stage, but there's a lot of retail traders that are getting into the space, and, bull pennants, even though they are bullish, they do break down 30% of the time. And this is what I'm expecting now. So a lot of retail are getting in and smart money are taking profits off the tables. Now, the fact that XRP has actually printed these two shells, I do believe these shells are going to come into play. Whether it be a flash crash or some sort of liquidation spike, it doesn't matter. I strongly believe that these two sort of boxes where the liquidity is being held will get flushed out at some point. XRP is going to take money from down here, okay? So the dumb money could be used for smart money to actually take profits and actually force the market down into these sort of areas down here. So let's just say we get like an ABC correction. I believe we'd flush it. I believe we'd come a lot further down, say down here, come back up, flush it out as if we was going to get back onto it, and then we'll probably do the final shakeout into the apex. Okay, so something along these lines here. Again, guys, we could see the big move tomorrow, massive flush out, and again, what I'm doing is trying to line this bottom up here with the bottom of this shelf here, because this is where markets tend to move. They take out highs and lows because this is where a lot of stop losses get placed if you are trading. I know there's a lot of hodlers in the sort of marketplace, but institutions do tend to use stop losses. Not necessarily institutions. They usually take a hedge. So if you use a stop loss, the very, very clever brokers in the labeling of stop loss, because stop loss automatically implies to you that it's going to stop a loss. It doesn't stop a loss. It guarantees your closure of a position unless there's not enough liquidity, and then you can use a guaranteed stop loss. So a stop loss isn't a stop loss. It's you exiting at a loss. So you need to be careful with the naming and the labeling, because it's very, very dangerous. It just means you're closing your position at a loss, and this is what a lot of retail traders get caught on. So I could see like some sort of volatility here where we get a crash down. We could even just take out under $1. That will put a lot of fear in the market. A lot of people will be selling, and then you'll probably see a rebound. And this is what I'll be looking at, taking out these highs up here around sort of 160. You could also get a sort of retest up to here, anywhere between sort of 160 to sort of like 190. Okay, so that would be the sort of B wave, if you will. And then that's when you see the big capitulation. USDT is getting delisted in Europe, guys, okay, on Coinbase and any other exchange that is operating in Europe. So just be careful as well with dry powder that you're not 100% in USDT like myself. Make sure you're getting into other stable coins. We've now got Ripple Labs USD, and this could be the reason why Ripple has brought out its stablecoin right now, because they also have large amounts of XRP to preserve and capitalize on. So this Ripple stablecoin could come into great benefit with XRP and, you know, Ripple cashing out, ultimately selling their XRP to retailing, dumping before a little rally, a sort of dead cat bounce, if you will, take out up here and, you know, possibly retest the bottom of this. Maybe it won't even retest this, because I do believe we're going to crack that ceiling going into the new year around, you know, we could be looking at around the sort of 20th of January now before we do get a massive pop, because this sort of move needs time to play out, yeah? It's not going to be achieved within a week, so we're going to need at least 2 or 3 weeks to play out. Now, if we start moving from tomorrow, that would give us a 3-week sort of period for XRP to really get going from the 20th of January when Donald Trump takes office. Okay, so just be very, very careful. Okay, now if XRP was to break to the upside, I don't mind getting in a little bit higher. Me personally, I will not be accumulating XRP. Even if we did get a breakout to the upside, say for example, I don't know, maybe we started like a new sort of Elliott Wave 5 count. Even if you got a breakout above this sort of high here, excuse me, around that sort of $2.70 to $2.90 mark where we marked out the sort of recent high, you could look at getting in there. I'd rather pay a premium, buy a little bit higher with XRP, then take the risk of losing, you know, up to, is it like 80% of my money? I definitely believe we'll visit these shelves. So from current sort of price action here, let's just mark out the shelves. So this shelf here is 40%. This shelf down here is 50%, yeah? So I'd rather risk missing out on a 50% gain than lose a 50% gain. The reason, lose 50%. The reason being, it's a lot harder to recover your money than it is to make money. I've shown this in numerous videos in the past if you guys are subscribed. Okay, and that is just the sort of starter, if you will. I do believe, especially with geopolitics playing out at the moment, especially with Russia, again, USDT, that is more than enough fear to capitulate these markets like 70 to 80%, and that's where XRP would end up. This historically is what XRP did in the previous cycle, where we did correct 77%. Now that's just for me. This is still on the cards. Now the only thing that is giving me a seed of doubt that 50 cent won't happen is the fact that 33 weeks has passed from the time of the Bitcoin halving. Okay, and again, for my subscribers, people are aware 33 weeks what's historically happened to XRP. Now, with this orange vertical line, that marks out the Bitcoin halving. So really, 33, 34 weeks after Bitcoin halving is when you see the low for XRP post-halving, which is where we're at now. And then 36 weeks after the halving is when you get the massive parabolic moves. Yeah, it's the same in this cycle here. So this is Bitcoin halving here. And this is where it's very, very sensitive, guys. So 33 weeks. And this is exactly where XRP bottomed out here. Yeah, we got that run up. And then we got the breakdown as well. Breakdown in sort of the structure. And that's where we capitulated and took out well, we actually tagged the support as well for that sort of macro wedge that began to print over the last few years or so. Well, it began printing from 2018 from the top of that bull cycle, but you can see what I'm saying, guys. There we have it. So XRP, in my view, there's more, even like I say, even though there's a 70% chance bull pennants play out, in my view, the bull pennant is breaking down. Not financial advice. Again, I would look to see where this one plays out in the next sort of 24, 48 hours. Just to see if we get a breakdown or some sort of strong move to the upside, guys. So it's still unclear at this point, but if I was a betting man, I'd be still sat out in the sidelines just because of the narratives with Ripple stablecoin, also with a delisting of Tether. And we do need a large correction, I believe, before Donald Trump does come into office, when the market will absolutely send. This is when we're going to see, double sort of digits in terms of multiplication. So you're going to see like 10x's, 10, 15x's within a week, if not short time frames. Okay, guys. But if you guys need a plan, make sure to visit the link down below. I've got you covered. I've got all the targets, predictions, the technical analysis, everything in these plans here. So anyway, guys, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and make sure you spend Christmas with your loved ones. Make sure you have a smile on your face. Do not be falling out over nitty-bitty stuff, and just smile and carry on, guys. Okay, make sure you're building that Lego whilst you're sat out. Anyway, guys, take it easy. I've been the Block Bull. Until next time, Block Bull over and out.